All right, happy Monday, pre-AP computer science students. So this week you got a pretty assignment for you all. Where'd you go? Right there. You're only doing one lab for this week. It says it's Monday through Friday, but technically it's due on Sunday. So just keep that in mind, just like you've seen everything else. Goodness gracious. So it's called the mean medium mode lab. Okay, basically you're just going to calculate the mean medium mode. Okay, it's something you've done in math already. Think of what you've done with graphing calculators. Same principles apply when you start calculating these type of algorithms with Java. However, we'll be using Java terminology, whereas graphing calculators, I believe they're using a syntax structure, I think, from an old language called BASIC. I don't know if they still use that kind of structure. I don't use graphing calculators. Um, I don't know anyone that's my age that doesn't teach it, doesn't use a graphic calculator. So, anywho, so we're doing things a little bit different this time. All right, so you all are going to be using Code HS. Okay, we're going to experiment with Code HS this week, and it's an online IDE, and you should already be enrolled in my class already. Okay, most of you have enrolled, but if you haven't, right up here, and I'll put this hyperlink inside of Canvas. Here's the hyperlink that you follow to go to Code HS to enroll into the course. Matter of fact, I'll just do that right now. So Code HS, what's going to allow you to do is it allows you to go in and program inside Java on the website and actually runs all your code and everything. Okay, I've already tested it out. It works. Mr. Kreit's class have been using it successfully, and that's one of the reasons I'm going to adopt this program. I've known it's out there, but now I've seen a lot of the issues coming in with JGrass rolling out there on your individual machines. I just think that this is the way to go since we're in now a full e-learning environment for however long we happen to be, which I don't know what that's going to look like in the long term. But until then, right here is the Code HS login. If you already got your information in there, then you should be good to go. Now, there's some people that when they signed up for it, it was at the beginning of the year, we're kind of having fun, being a little silly, and so they put in, names that may not necessarily be what they're supposed to be in Code HS. You need to put your full name in there and all that stuff, so that way I can see who's submitting these assignments. Okay, because I'm gonna have to use Code HS to transfer this information back into Canvas. Well, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you all run it through Code HS, all your programming. Once it works, you'll just copy and paste that code and save it as a Java file and then put it inside Canvas. Okay, pretty easy to do. You probably already got all the information on your computer. Let's go and look at Code HS. So when you go to Code HS, how do I switch to a student view? All right, so let's switch to student view. And you are going to be in the 2019 Pre-AP Computer Science course. Okay, remember this is the student view. And what you're going to see right down here, you'll see a link to your class, or you click on View All 2019 Pre-AP Computer Science Assignments. Click on that, and there's going to be quite a bit of information in here. And I wanted to run a lot of these programs with you all. This is actually some really cool lessons. However, where we're at in the year and everything else, it's not making sense. So for right now, what we're going to do is you'll go to your assignments right here. You'll scroll down and get to the bottom. It says extra course assignments. These are the ones where we're using the regular curriculum labs inside of Code HS. I clicked on that link right there. Okay, notice it expands out assignments. There's nothing there because you got to click on this one as well. So I expand down. Ignore these two right here. These are just tests. Assignments. I was just experimenting with it. Then right down here, you'll find Chapter 11, Mean, Medium, and Mode Lab. So click on that happy little camper, and it's going to take you right here. And this is the same set of instructions that you'll find inside the Word document. Okay, I just re-put them out there. Where'd it go? So it's the same set of instructions from here. I just copied and pasted them inside of Code HS. And then once you get here, you click on Let's Go. It's going to bring you to this site. Okay. And right here, you'll notice we have two Java files, okay, two Java files. Now I copied and pasted this information here. You actually cannot upload files, so we copy and paste them inside here. Okay, this is the expo.java, all right, it's already there for you. And then here's this lab starter file that you're going to be using to get this up and running, okay. Now you'll notice what you can do is you can go through and you can start changing and programming inside here to do whatever it is you want to do. Okay, if you want to put an integer x, a equals blah 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 blah, whatever it is. All right, try to spell blah blah blah, but anyhow, it works just like it normally would. Now here's proof that this code will run. Okay, and this is the same exact code that you have. I click over here and click on Run Code on this right hand side. You'll notice it's kind of thinking, it's processing the code, and it will run the console output that you're used to seeing in JGrasp or Eclipse, whichever one you want. And this is the starter code, so when you press 5, it will work and run the code. And this is the same exact thing that you have. Okay, matter of fact, this is what you will see. This is your student view right here. This is the same thing that you will get. Okay, and what you'll do is you'll go in and program this. Okay, read the instructions like you've seen before, and you'll compute the mean, median, mode. Okay, now to get this accomplished, you're going to need to create some arrays, okay, like you've seen in the past, because with this information, if you don't create arrays, you're going to get way in over your head with the amount of coding you need to do. Arrays will be the simplest way to get this done. And to help you out, just because I like you, first off, once you're done, you'll click on, if you're working on this, you type in some code and you make some changes, you know, just make your change, make the change, then come up here and click on save. It'll save your code, and then you come back to it at a later point in time. All your code will still be there and you can keep working on it. Once you're done is when you click on submit and continue. Now next, let's look at some information here. Here's the 80-point version of the lab. Okay, I'm going to scroll down a little bit, and the 80-point version of the lab, if you look inside our Word document over here, so 80-point version, all right, you're going to only compute the mean. All right, so the only thing you're figuring out is the mean, and that is it. So back to that, if we scroll down right here, you'll see that we have computed the mean right here, and we'll be creating this integer with a for loop, and then right here we use a list array. The name of it is just called list, and we call out k right here, and k is going to be the integer value that gets fed in through this for loop that's going to pull the information out of that specific array, and it's going to amend it to the sum value, and basically it's going to keep adding to it over and over again. And then down here we take sum divided by size, and we cast it right here by putting double, since we're taking an integer value right here and dividing by another integer value, which is size. Size comes from right up here, okay? And size was set from some other point in time. I believe size was set when we did the initial information gathering right here, when we list how many different random numbers we want to create. So back down here, okay, so right here we cast it to a double value, so that way we get a decimal point whenever we do the calculation. Okay, so that's the 80-point version. You will do these other two down here. These are a little bit more difficult. If you have some problems, shoot me an email, go out and research some code on the internet to kind of help you figure it out, and you should be able to get it accomplished pretty quickly. So with that said, once you get that all done, you'll need to submit and continue. And when you submit and continue, it's going to update your information in the CodeHS website, so that way we can get it done. So again, pretty easy. Let's go backwards. All right, so again, one more time, here's how you get there. You enroll in CodeHS, you'll find your class. Your class is, this will be probably a lot shorter for you. I don't know if you'll have all these, but your 2019 Pre-AP Computer Science has a little coffee cup right there. Go into the class. Everything right here you ignore. Go all the way down the bottom. Extra course assignments. Find that. Click on the assignments again, and then find the Chapter 11 mean, median, and mode labs. Read all that again. Click on Let's Go. Type in your code, then click on Submit and Continue. Right here is where your output will be displayed. Okay, so Mr. Kreis has got a pretty fancy way. We're going to be able to do the graphics labs in here, but we got a few things we got to figure out. So I would expect those to happen here in the next couple of weeks. Okay, I wouldn't anticipate it happening next week, just because there's a lot of things going on with everything in life right now. So just be patient. We'll get through it. And I think that is all you need. You only have one thing to do this week, which is this lab. All right. We'll talk to you later. Bye.